friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome if you are new. I'm Cheryl. This is Table Full of Joy. And friends, we are in day 5 of VBS and it's almost over. I am exhausted. My friend and I, she's the children's director at our church. We were joking this morning that there is tired and then there is VBS tired. And if you've ever done VBS, you know what I'm talking about. We've had well over 100 kids the last week and it's just been absolutely incredible to get to speak into the life of these kids and get to share Jesus with them, and we are just loving every minute of it. So we're excited for tonight, but friends, I'm tired. I am really tired. I'm feeling it. So we have to be at church by 4 again because I'm in charge of snacks. We've got a lot to prep to get done before kids get there, and hubby doesn't get home till 3:30. So I'm gonna try to get something going in the crock pot. So it's gonna be super easy, really quick. I have some Yukon Gold potatoes that I got on clearance a couple of days ago. We're gonna make those, do some mashed potatoes. We're gonna do a flank steak. This recipe I found on Pinterest, where I always find all my stuff. So we're gonna cook this in the crock pot instead of on the grill or anything like that. Make this super easy, really quick cleanup, because we've gotta eat really quick, get to church so we can get everything set up and get going for our last night. And then we have a lot of tear down that has to happen tonight before church on Sunday. So friends, let's get this recipe made. Let's get this in the crock pot so I can go get some things done while this is cooking. It's kind of late for me to get this going, so we're gonna cook it on high just to make sure that the meat is nice and tender and done before hubby gets home. So let's get it put together. So it calls for a 2-pound flank steak. This is one I got on clearance and it's, let's see. I hate it when they put these things on here and they cover it up so you can't really see what size it is, but we're just gonna call it good. We're gonna say it's close to 2 pounds. We're gonna put this in our crock pot. It is a little bit frozen still, but it's gonna be fine because we're gonna cook it up on high. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So we need a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. It calls for dark brown sugar. All I have is light brown sugar, and so I'm just gonna go with it. We need a packet of ranch dressing, but we're gonna use our mix that we have in our container. And equal to that is about 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our ranch. I'm gonna go with about 1 3/4 of a tablespoon of the ranch. We need 2 teaspoons of paprika. It calls for smoked paprika. I don't have smoked, I just have regular, but it's gonna be fine. I'm just going with it today. As I said, I'm tired, and we need to eat before we go tonight because it's going to be a really late night with all the tear down that has to happen. We need 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I saw this recipe a while back and it just looks super tasty. And so I thought tonight would be a great night to try this because, as I said, I need to get something done in the crock pot so that we can eat. Cleanup's gonna be super easy and I don't have to mess with anything. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we're just gonna use our measuring spoon and we're gonna mix this all together. Get all of those flavors mixed up. Break up that brown sugar a little bit. If it's clumpy, looks like my powdered sugar. See how tired I am? It looks like my ranch is a little bit clumpy as well. So we'll just kind of get that broke up. I'm gonna move my crock pot insert down here. I'm actually using my Ninja Foodie Pro, my favorite piece of equipment. I love this thing. All right, we're gonna put about a 1/2 cup of water in this. Just so it doesn't burn in the bottom. We're gonna put in a tablespoon of olive oil right on top of our meat. We're just gonna eyeball it. And then we're gonna take our seasoning and we're gonna put this seasoning all over this meat. And I think I'm going to rub this in and then I'm gonna flip it over and get some seasoning on the other side. So let's flip it. Now let's get seasoning on the other side of this flank steak. This seasoning smells incredible, friends. I thought the combination of spices in this sounded really good, and I figured it would make a really good piece of meat in the crock pot. give it time for all these flavors to cook. All right, I'm gonna drizzle just a little bit more oil on the top of this seasoning because I don't want the seasoning to burn. All right, so we're gonna put this in our crock pot. As I said, I'm using my Ninja. So we're gonna put our pot in here. We're gonna cook it up on high on our slow cooker setting. And we're gonna put it in there for about 4 hours. And we'll come back in a couple of hours and get our potatoes started. All right, friends, I've been smelling this flank steak since about 15 minutes after it went in the crock pot. This seasoning is incredible. It smells amazing. This is a must try. It's got about 45 more minutes in a crock pot, which is perfect because my husband will be home in about 45 minutes. So we need to get the other two sides going that we're gonna have with these. I have these Yukon Gold potatoes that we got at Fred Meyer on clearance. As you guys know, I've been hitting the clearance sections pretty hard, finding all kinds of great deals. And these are some potatoes that we got, and they don't look too bad. I think they look pretty good. There's a couple little tiny spots on them, but I'm not too worried about that. We're gonna boil these with the skins on, mainly because I'm being lazy tonight and I don't really feel like peeling potatoes. We've got a little bit of mascarpone cheese left from another dinner that we did. I believe it's still good. Please let it still be. Nope, it's not good. We're not using that. So we're gonna do Parmesan mashed potatoes. That's what happens when life gets busy and you don't use things in your refrigerator. That makes me super sad. So anyway, friends, we've still got our Parmesan cheese. We are using our butter blends. This is our Kerrygold. We got this on clearance a while back. So we're gonna put that in our potatoes, and we're gonna just enjoy a delicious quick dinner as soon as hubby gets home so we can get to our final night of VBS. I'm super excited about this. It's gonna be a busy night, but we're gonna enjoy it. So let's get these potatoes ready. Let's get them in the pot, get them boiling so we can get the rest of our dinner ready. So these Yukon Golds are one of the few potatoes that you can, kind of like the red potatoes, you can boil them with the skins on. You can eat the skins, it's perfectly fine. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Tonight I'm feeling lazy, so we're gonna go with it. I did just give them a quick little wash just so they're clean because they felt a little bit dirty, not too bad, but they felt a little bit. So I'm gonna cut these in some pretty small pieces because I want them to cook fairly quickly tonight because, as I said, I don't have a lot of time. I am tired and I just need to get dinner done so that we can get to church and get ready for this last night of VBS. So I know I'm cutting these weird, but it's gonna be fine. Let's get our pot over here so we can just start putting them in here, getting these ready to boil. We're gonna put a little bit of water on top just to cover our potatoes. Wait till they come up to a boil and then I'll salt them. And then you guys, I don't know if you followed me for a while, you know that I love to let my potatoes steam a little bit after you've drained the water off of them when they're tender. That steam just kind of gets in the potato. It makes the potato nice and light and fluffy. And that's what we're going for, is a nice fluffy mashed potato. I'm gonna trim off the couple little bad spots, but they're not too bad. These were, as I said, they were on clearance and they look pretty good. A little bit of a bad spot right there. I'll get that out. Now I need to look through my pantry and figure out what kind of vegetable we're gonna do. So I just looked, I've got some cream cheese. I'm gonna put that in our mashed potatoes instead of the mascarpone that was not any good. We haven't had a chance to use our homemade Mexicorn, so we're gonna do that tonight in a, I'm gonna get a skillet because I like this stuff kind of more sauteed than I do boiled or like cooked. So I'm gonna grab a skillet and we'll cook that. All right, friends, our potatoes are nice and tender. We're gonna drain these and put them back on the stove and let them just sit there and steam. All right, they're just gonna sit and steam. I wanna check our meat before I start on our corn. I've got my corn back here. We're just doing some of that Mexicorn that we put up in the freezer. But I wanna look at this meat real quick and see how this is doing. It smells incredible, friends. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that just literally fall apart. Wow. Can you see that? That is incredible. So we're just gonna kind of mash this up in here, kind of get it to break up. I don't want to put anything metal in this pan because this is my insert to my Ninja. So we're just gonna break it up with our tongs. I want to get it in this juice because look, this juice, I'm telling you friends, this sauce on this meat is absolutely incredible. My whole house right now smells like this meat. So this is doing some absolutely beautiful things over here. All right, I don't want to get it too broke up. We're not going for shredded beef. So we're gonna put this back in our Ninja and just let it hang out. We've got our mashed potatoes. We're gonna go ahead and get some butter and some of our cream cheese put in there. I am loving these butter blends. They are just super, super tasty. All right, we're gonna put in, I'm gonna say probably half of this thing of cream cheese. This is just a super easy dinner. What I love about this flank steak recipe that I found is it's super easy. If you want to just throw your flank steak in there, you saw how quick that was to make that marinade. It goes together super fast. And throw it in the crock pot on your way out the door in the morning when you're headed off to work, when you're headed off to drop the kids off at school, whatever the case may be, you can just do it super quick. And it just let it cook all day. I did mine on high because I got such a late start this morning getting mine cooked, but you can totally put it on low and just let it, I would imagine it could probably cook for 8 hours all day and be totally fine. We're gonna put this back on the stove and let this cream cheese soften before we mash our potatoes. All right, so we got our corn with our peppers and our onions and our jalapenos. Even though our meat is not really necessarily a Mexican theme tonight, hubby's been antsy to try this Mexicorn tonight, so I'm gonna cook that up. So we're just gonna do a real simple seasoning on it. Like I said, we're not going for Mexican flavor really, so we're gonna put some salt in. It does not have any salt in it when I put it in the freezer. It literally is just fresh veggies. If you missed that video, I will leave a link in the description box for you guys for the day that we did all of this corn. Let's put in a little bit of parsley, because why not? Put a little bit of garlic powder in here. It's got onion in it, so we don't need to put any onion powder. And it's got the jalapeno, so I think it's gonna have plenty of heat. I don't think we need to add any cayenne or chili powder or anything like that. I think it's got plenty. So I just want to keep my heat up kind of high because it is frozen, so it's, you know, basically just thawing in the pan. But I want to be able to get some good color on this and on a higher heat. So we're going to let this hang out here, get ready to mash our potatoes. I just got my potato masher, and we're not going for a super creamy potato. We're just going to do kind of a light mash on these, just enough to get the potatoes broke up and get our cream cheese mixed in and our butter. I'm just going to use my spatula and just kind of stir them around a little bit. I don't want to make them gloopy or gummy, so I'm just being really easy with my spatula. I don't mind there being some chunks in there because we've got the skins of the potatoes in there, so that's fine. So this dinner essentially takes maybe, 20 minutes, if that, depending on how long your potatoes are going to take to cook. That's why I cut them up pretty small. And like I said, this Mexicorn, it smells delicious with all of all of these veggies that are in this. Like I said, if you missed the video when we did this corn, this is all fresh from the farm. This is the bodacious corn that we get here locally at our local farm. It's their bell peppers, their onions, literally everything that's in here is directly from the farm. Brought it home, cut it up, and put it in the freezer and froze this. And hubby is super excited to eat this. It smells good. It smells so, so good. All right, friends, and just like that, dinner's ready. Let's get it plated. All right, friends, hubby just got home. We're gonna finish our potatoes. I almost forgot to put the Parmesan cheese in the potatoes. I was watching something a minute ago, waiting for him to get home, and I saw something about Parmesan cheese, and it reminded me that I forgot to put cheese in the potatoes. So let's get some grated up. These potatoes smell really good. We're just gonna stir in a little bit of parm. Our meat looks incredible. I think that should be plenty. We'll just use our spatula, just stir it in nice and gentle. Like I said, we don't want to overwork these potatoes because I don't want them to turn gummy. I want them to still be nice and creamy. Here's our beautiful fresh Mexi corn. That's the other reason I love having this corn in my freezer, because it makes such an easy vegetable. All right, friends, there's our quick, easy crock-pot flank steak, Parmesan mashed potatoes, Mexi corn. We're gonna go eat this. We need to get out the house in like 20 minutes, so we need to go eat quick. So friends, thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen. So we made a quick, easy, really delicious dinner. You guys have got to try this crock-pot flank steak. It is so delicious. The flavor is amazing. The smell is incredible. So friends, we're gonna be off to VBS in a few minutes, and stay tuned for that video of all the VBS snacks that we did this week. I'll be sharing that, guys, with you later, and as well as a couple other things. I'll leave a link in the description box for the corn, as we processed all of that from the farm. Got that made, so you guys can check that one out too if you want to. Friends, it means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and spend time with me and see what I'm doing in my kitchen, spend time with me, hang out. I love it when we get to hang out together. Friends, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there. We would love to have you a part of our YouTube family. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a video. Friends, give this video a like. That really helps my channel out a whole lot. You have no idea how much that little bit of a thumbs up helps my channel. So give me a thumbs up if you really like this recipe. Let me know if you guys try it, what you guys think of it. If you have a favorite crockpot recipe, share that with me in the comments, because we are getting into crockpot season, and I'm going to be making a ton of crockpot recipes, and I would love to feature one of yours and give you credit for it. So friends, we'll talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day, and God bless.